Well, veterinarians find pets deal with the same injuries as humans. Coming up, we get some prevention tips as well as treatment options. So you've heard of therapy for humans, but how about therapy for injured pets? It's happening locally at the South Paws Veterinary Facility, and Dr. Bob Hancock, the owner of that facility, joins us live. He has with him one of his patients, Paisley, and here to help Paisley is Dr. Derek Kopecki, another veterinarian. So we welcome them both today. Guys, thank you so much for coming in.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
It's so interesting watching the video because the video seems similar to what you would do with humans. So, you know, what kind of things would prompt a dog to go into therapy? What kind of injuries? Tell me about Paisley, for example.
Yeah, believe it or not, Paisley suffered from an ACL injury about 6 months ago, and she went through rehab with us. And really, you know, dogs compared to people, they get the same types of things. Fractures, torn ACLs, like Deuce McAllister and other well-known Saints players. So we have to treat those guys, and we would rehab them just like people would.
How common is it locally? I mean, what's your patient load?
Yeah, believe it or not, we see anywhere from 8 to 10 torn ACLs a week.
What causes so many of them to get this injury?
Well, it's multifactorial. There's a lot of things that play into it, but the age of the dog, what their activity level is, whether they're sporting dogs. Sometimes if they're an overweight dog, they may not be doing much.
So show us what you would do with Paisley, because is Paisley still going through therapy?
Yeah, Paisley does do a little bit of therapy. She's pretty much over her recovery at this point. She's a great patient, and she still comes back for a little exercise to keep her slim. Okay,
show me what you would do therapeutically to help Paisley.
So this is actually called Cavaliers, and this is a really simple system, and what this does is it teaches dogs some of those fine motor skills, retrains them to use their legs. We use it oftentimes with some of our neurological patients. A lot of times you may see this with agility dogs and some of the agility trials on TV. So
Paisley's good too.
She is.
And let's talk about in terms of some of the things that are more common that you see here locally. Is it more ACLs?
We see a lot of orthopedic stuff. Probably the practice is 85–90% orthopedics. But we also do see a lot of neurological patients, so a lot of little dachshunds that like to have back problems that we operate, and they also really benefit from the physical rehabilitation.
And water as well. Tell me about that.
Yeah, the underwater treadmill is kind of the gold standard for us, and what it does is it allows us to get these guys up and moving early, but taking away some of that body weight so they're not stressing their repairs. So it's kind of like walking on the moon or walking in the swimming pool.
How do you know your pet needs physical therapy?
Yeah, the best thing to do is either give us a call. You can visit our website.
Are there signs you would see with your dogs? I mean, let's say how do you know your dog would? What would you be seeing?
Well, if you see any kind of lameness or anything, we always tell people go see your veterinarian, let him make the diagnosis, and then if he thinks it's appropriate, they make a referral to us. And
Paisley, it seems like, oh God, what a great pet. So just back and forth, basically by going through this obstacle course. I mean, how often and how long would you do something like this to help get a dog back? Oops, did you just lose your microphone?
I think we lost our mic.
Oops, make sure Paisley doesn't eat your mic. Live TV, you can hold it up.
That's all right. You know, usually we'll run these guys for 10 to 15 minutes in the treadmill. Then we might do some ultrasound activities, or we may even do a little bit more of the underwater treadmill, just depending on how they're doing.
Well, who knew? They go through the same thing just like humans.
Absolutely.
Much appreciated. And if people want to get a hold of you, you're located nearby?
We're in Mandeville on the Causeway. You can find us at southpawsvet.com, and we're also got a Facebook page if anybody wants to see updates of our patients doing rehab.
Amazing what you can do.
Yeah, it's cool.
Transform. Okay, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Paisley.